Hi there, this is the second of my updates on the road to UTMB. Just a reminder, my name's Ian. I'm a 54-year-old age group athlete. Got a place in the UTMB after 3 years of trying. My goal is purely to try and finish the race. I'm giving myself a sort of pacing time of 42 hours. And I've just finished my second block of training now around the end of March. It's gone very well. I'm in a recovery week right now, but the three volume weeks before that I was averaging 100 kilometers, 62 miles a week. That's very similar to the training block before that, but the main difference between that training block and this one is that I've managed to increase the vertical a bit more, and it's gone up from around 1400 meters a week to 1750, so that's an increase of 25% in the vertical, but it's still paltry, tiny compared with what's required for the UTMB itself. Putting that into context, the UTMB works out about, if you compare it over 10 kilometre periods, about 570 meters of vertical per 10k, and you compare that to the South Downs Way 100, that's about 250 meters of vertical per 10k. And my training over the last over this training block works out at about 175 meters per 10k, so you know, it's a long way off. Even my big long hilly run last week was about 350 meters per 10k, so you know, the endurance is all there, but lots of vertical still to cope with, and I'll come back to that a little bit later on. So just a little bit about the vertical. I mentioned in video 1 that I live in Brighton. The highest point around here is 250 meters, and I've been trying to get in those sessions by running up and down from there. This is actually a set of steps, 250 steps that go from Poynings up to Devil's Dyke, and last week I did 4 reps of this. Today I'm going for the downward, which is just as hard. You've got to look really carefully where you're going. You know, the biggest challenge for sure is getting that vertical in, and I've been doing a bit of research, chatting to a few people who've done the race before, and you know, different bits of feedback. I got one chap, he told me that he used to do 10 reps of Box Hill. Someone else who told me they went out to Snowdon and did 4 reps of Snowdon, and someone else who, living in London, ended up doing 10 reps of a 30-story apartment building. Well, I don't have any of those kind of verticals here. Well, I guess this is the closest to Box Hill. It's actually a bit more than that, so this is what I'm working on to try and get my vertical. I've done a couple of upgrades on kit. I got some On Running Cloud Venture, which I find really good for all-round running. They're good on roads and on the trail as well. I probably won't use these for the UTMB. For that I'll be using Cascadia, and I got a new pair of those from Profi, as well as some Adrenaline GTS, which will be my more volume road running shoe. So I mentioned that is the end of my second training block, which has gone really well with a classic 3 weeks on, 1 week off. I'm about to interrupt that kind of schedule a little bit over the next few weeks, because I'm going to do a marathon at the end of April, and you know, to allow a taper, that's just not going to fit in. So hopefully I'd like to get a PB in that race. But another reason I'm doing that is because there's no guarantee that, you know, we'll be able to go to Europe this summer, so I'm going to schedule in a few other races as well, maybe some duathlons and triathlons, just because, you know, life has to be about some fun as well. So my next update will probably be around the end of April, so look forward to updating you then.